And then real quick, when you see Lamelo, does he chirp your ear off more about Liangelo or getting number one? What does he say?
Oh gosh, geez. Where do I start? Definitely the number.
What does he say to you? Does he say you got to do something about this or what?
I say, I don't make those calls. That's above me. So he's gonna have to go somewhere else for that. I'll talk to him about his practice and his growth and Jello and the team and the summer league team. I've got nothing on that end. I got no juice for that, Will. So it'll work itself out.
I wonder what you think the logical next step or piece of Lamelo Ball's development is after such, a great and well-rounded rookie season. And Mitch mentioned to us yesterday, he kind of went out of his way to say we want him to focus on the passing still. Do you think there's a pressure with all the accolades that he might feel pressure to try and carry the team offensively, maybe too much or more than you guys want him to?
Well, there's obviously, I think the biggest challenge for us as we head into next year offensively is, the balance of the shots that are taken. I think obviously there's only one ball to go around, and we got a tremendous talent here offensively. And Melo's, a lot of it starts with Melo. You got Terry, you got Gordon. We've added Oubre. Book has that potential. And then Miles and PJ are capable playmakers that have only gotten better. Their usage has gone up. So I think for Melo, it's really managing the game is going to be his challenge. His instinct's there. He's getting stronger. I think time and score, situational pieces of the game that equals winning is probably his next logical step. How does he manage this group? How do I get Gordon a shot? How do I get Terry a shot? Seeing the game through their eyes, through their lens, becoming a coach, an extension of me on the floor. We've really spent a lot of time this summer on sort of that connection, that bridge between he and I. He's got to understand, his teammates, what we need. Obviously, he has great instinct. I'm not going to take that away. That is his strength. He plays off pure instinct, and that's tough to teach. Now it's about managing the game, managing this roster, managing these players around him. But these players, Nick, they have great respect for him and trust in him. And now it's all of us just getting on the same page, and that's just going to come over time. But I believe we've taken a major step this summer, working through that and talking through that. We've been around each other all summer. To his credit, he's been in Charlotte the entire summer. He's around his teammates. So I think, for us, it's just that comfort level. He's going to have to get to know Kelly as well. Obviously, Mason, Ish, and all these young guys. So we're a work in progress, but Melo he gets it. He understands the responsibility that comes with being a point guard in this league. And if we want to win, how does he manage that? So, but he's showing great strides so far this summer. Mike, I spent a lot of time with our roster guys this week, having Melo out here, Terry, Jalen, PJ, and Miles. We spent a lot of time together, had some good meals together. So we continue. I love being around these guys. They're a great group to be around. And I'm thankful that they're here to support these young guys and be a part of it. As you look throughout this league, not every team's doing this. I'm thankful for this organization, these young men that have invested in what we're doing here.
It seems like over the last few years, you guys have, one of the things you keep talking about is length. You guys seems to have made a conscious effort to get bigger, longer. I mean, did you feel like when you look back at this roster a few years ago, was that something that you and Mitch really felt like needed to change for this organization to take that next step?
Yeah, Steve, it's something we've eyed through, the last couple of years. It's something that we've identified as an area we wanted to address. We've been pretty small throughout the last couple of years, even going back to the first year. We've lacked size and versatility. We continue to add it, though, through the draft and now through some in free agency. And if you look at the league, the teams, to me, the profile of the teams that are having the most success right now they're versatile, they're long, they're athletic, and they're skilled. And we're trying to identify all those. And it's tough to, you can't turn a skilled player into a lengthy player or a bigger player, but you can take a a more athletic, longer kid and add skill to him. And I think we're doing that here as an organization. There's a couple of these kids that they're raw, 18, 19-year-old, but great bodies, length, size, athleticism, coachable. Now it's our job to really imprint and put our stamp on them as far as their skill level and their development. And we're committed to it, Steve. As you know, we're committed to the G League. We're committed to our development program. Our coaches do a tremendous job developing these young men, but you've got to have the size and length and athleticism to do that and what we're trying to build here. So it's been a conscious effort, and I think Mitch has done a good job of adding that talent to this group.
What are some of the things you are looking for from the young roster players, and who have you seen it from so far?
Yeah, I think, for me, it's more about the identity right now. I'm learning about them, as much as they're learning about this league and our system. This is the first time we've had our hands on them and we're around them. Obviously, we go through a draft process, but there's nothing like them being in your own house and, having them as one of your players. So we're learning about them. To me, what I'm looking for right now is just their competitive spirit, how they pick things up. Are they coachable? Do they play unselfishly? To me, those are the qualities. We're going to teach them the system as they go. They're going to learn that as we go. Number one, I just want to see them fight, want to see them compete, how they pick up, certain actions, certain terminology. And then just their unselfishness. We're a team that's built on playing unselfishly on both sides of the ball. I expect them to play that way, here in Vegas. And for the most part, I've seen that out of this group. I'm excited to see them play and compete tomorrow against San Antonio and take another step in that area.
JB, I want to ask you one thing about Melo.
Sure.
I don't know what he can do on the floor, but how much are you guys going to be able to use him as and I guess lack of a better word, a recruiting tool as you go forward? Because it sure seems like guys love to play with him, the way he distributes the ball, unselfish player. I mean, how much can you almost like sell him when you're talking to other guys as you move forward, trying to build this team?
Yeah, I think it's a great point. I think he is a sale. I mean, his game speaks for itself. These guys watch him. These players are all watching each other. They're identifying places they'd like to go before teams are even interested. And Melo's one of those guys that is contagious. He's infectious. Just like our players, they love playing with him. He just got this infectious spirit about him, an unselfishness, an energy, and players want to play with that. They want to be around that. And that is probably one of the best recruiting pitches any of us can have, is just, watching Melo on a night-to-night basis. And it's genuine. And I think that's when players know it's real. If you're around him, you get to know him, you watch him. This is a genuinely lovely kid that loves the game. He's got great spirit about him, very unselfish. So I think it's obviously these players want to play with that. And he's one of those guys that they're identifying right now.